In this video, we're going to be doing a run through of how you can automatically assign leads inside of Zoho CRM. The way we're going to set this up is going to be first using lead assignment rules, where you can actually do round robin assignment within a role in CRM without having to write any code. Then in the back half of the video, I am going to show you how this can be done with workflow rules as well, just in case you need anything more advanced that kind of exceeds what's available in the native lead assignment rules. So before I jump in, I do want to ask, if you find the video useful, be sure to like and subscribe down below. Leave me a comment with any thoughts, feedback, and questions that come up during the video. And as always, just head on over to Zenatta.com and click on book a meeting if you'd like to talk about how we can help on your Zoho install. So without any further ado, let's jump right on into the video. All right, so here we are looking at our leads list. We have this field called type, which is identifying them into either B2B or B2C type leads. That's going to be important because when we go in and do our lead assignment, we're going to have them assigned differently based on that type value. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go into our settings. We're going to search in the top left for assignment rules. These are going to be right here. Now I'm going to get rid of this previous example we have so that we can start fresh. Couple things on this page. So up at the top, we have rules and thresholds. Rules are essentially your sets of criteria statements that are going to determine what leads should go to which users. Thresholds are a way that you can set the maximum that should be allowed to be assigned to a user at a given time. So if you have a business rule that were to say something like a salesperson can't be working more than 25 leads at a time, that's where you would come in and actually set up your threshold based on those values. But the first thing we're going to do here is actually just set up our assignment rule itself. So we're going to choose our module. It's going to be leads. Let's decide what our B2C assignment here is going to be. And we're going to click next. Now, a couple things that we'll see. Up at the top, that's our name and description. Down here, this criteria section and conditions get really important. This is where we can make those determinations about certain types of leads making sense to go through this particular process. So if you're the type of business where, hey, every lead, same thing, we're just going to round robin them through our sales team, you're going to be able to do this all with one rule, right? You would just create leads, you'd go all records, you'd choose your role, and you would just, boom, there you go, you're done, right? Take a screenshot of this, you're good to go. If you do have those more specific criteria and branching, that's where you might end up needing more than one rule. So in our case, we're going to start with our B2C. So if the type of the lead is B2C when it's created, we're going to assign records to either a user, a role, or a group. Now, this is where having a proper role hierarchy is really going to help you out. So if we jump over to our roles here, what I have in my demo account is a CEO with a B2B and B2C manager, and then a B2B or B2C user underneath each of those. So because I have these nicely defined roles for B2B and for B2C, I don't need to do something crazy like come in here and grab the 8 or 9 different users that are in that role. And then I need to always come back every single time that I, add a new employee to my team. I'll need to come and adjust these rules. I really recommend as much as possible using the role-based assignment for this, because as long as you put them into the correct role when you add them to CRM, you don't need to worry about jumping in here to make those types of changes to each and every single rule that might affect that particular role. Now, you can also set these up based on certain criteria within that user record. So if you had like a user type field or something like that, you could use it here. Again, I really recommend using role. I'll say it just this last time. Of course, if you've got custom fields inside your users that are kind of differentiating them, that's totally fine. But you might be doing something that's a little overly complicated. And then Zia, if you have a whole bunch of leads coming in that you've assigned manually, then you can have Zia actually suggest and assign the user automatically. In my demo account, I've not hit the criteria to use that. So we're just going to do this based on role. But again, this is how we do it 9 times out of 10. Now, one last thing I can do, if you do have the users checking in with their online status, basically making updates in the CRM, they'll be considered online. Or if you set up shift timings through your business rules and settings, you can actually have it give preferential assignments to those who are online or who are on shift. In our case, we're not going to worry about that for this rule. And then last but not least, one nice thing that we can do is we can actually have it create a lead or create a task for us as a part of this rule. right? So maybe I want them to follow up on the lead within 2 days. I can go ahead and just predefine that as a part of my assignment rule here. So now I'm going to go ahead and save the entry. Part 2, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but for B2B. So actually what we're going to do, we can just clean this up a little bit. We'll go a new rule entry, another set of criteria. Again, very similar to what we had before, except this time we're going to do it to the B2B role. We'll have the same task. Just while we're in here, we might as well. All right. And just like that, we've now set up 2 round-robin assignment rules, no code needed, nothing crazy. Anytime a lead gets created, it's going to feed right into one of these. So with our rule configured, now let's think about making sure that we've covered all of our bases. So with a lead assignment rule, an important thing to know is that these trigger not when you're creating a record manually, but they do trigger if you're creating a record via an import, meaning some type of spreadsheet import of leads, maybe like Zoom Info, wherever you're getting those, some trade show, a web form, or via API if the function that you're writing has called out to include the assignment rules. So, just an important thing to keep in mind, if we are over here in something like Zoho Forms, and let's say we have a form set up that's creating our leads automatically for us, good news is we can just come down to the bottom and say, hey, trigger the assignment rules for me inside of leads based on, whatever the data is that's coming in with the form. Same thing if we're running something via API, right? We can just go ahead and basically check a box via the API integration to ensure that everything gets where it needs to go. But how can we set up a rule that would trigger even if we did it manually? So when in doubt, go to workflow rules, right? Workflow rules are generally going to be able to accomplish just about anything that assignment rules can. So jumping into our workflow rule creation here, let's take a look at our B2B and B2C lead assignment and how it would look as a workflow instead. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to set up some type of action here. Now, keep in mind, in a workflow, you could actually have this run on create or edit, right? So if a record was edited after the fact to now be B2B or B2C, it could run that assignment. Do be a little bit careful with that just to make sure that you're not changing assignments once something has already moved down the pipeline. Sometimes what you'll do is say, hey, make this a create or edit, just so that if someone enters something in wrong, we can fix it. But let's say the type is B2B and maybe something like created time is today, right? So once it's been 1 day after the creation, this is no longer going to run, but maybe it would still run in the scenario where I enter it and then I go, oh shoot, I forgot to add the type field, right? So again, these are just decisions that you'll want to make. I'm going to keep it simple for now for the purposes of our demo and run this on create, but just kind of showing you where the workflow side of things can get a little bit more robust, right? You can control a bit more about the process and exactly how it's going to work. So in here, if we create a lead and the type is B2B, I can go into assign owner. And again, just like in my assignment rules, I can choose how I want to do this, right? So I can go to my B2B sales user as a role. And just like in my assignment rules, it's going to natively do a round robin. Now, when you're in here, I do recommend changing over any related records just in case there's some type of workflow creating a task or setting up a future call. So I always like to make those transfer as well. And then down here below, same thing. We're going to have a B2C type, and this is going to go to our B2C sales user. Again, same thing as before. I'm going to move over all of those records. I will also highlight for you, you can trigger assignment rules from inside of a workflow. I normally will recommend not doing that. Now, the reason is if you need to go to a workflow rule, just use the workflow rule for everything. If you can get away with just using assignment rules, then just use those. No problem. I don't normally see a reason to stack them on top of each other. I kind of like to keep things separate if possible. And if I'm going to use one tool, I'm going to use it for the entirety of the process. I don't want to have to jump between the two to figure out any little nitty-gritty differences in logic. So now we have our workflow rule here on B2B and B2C leads. Because of the branching nature of workflow rules, we can get those done in just one rule, so you don't need one for each type of lead. Now I'm going to create a lead. We'll say this is our example B2C. and we'll make sure that it's got a B2C type included. We'll go ahead and click save so that we trigger this. And before the record even really saves, it's already moved things over. Demo user is now the owner based on our workflow rule. So we've now kind of gone through the two main ways to get this done. I'm going to just kind of close out with a couple thoughts and maybe help you make the decision between the two. First off, we have the assignment rules. Those are nice. They're native in here. They're built exactly to do this one thing. But what you will find is that they might have certain constraints or limitations that don't really work for exactly what you need, right? Things like they don't trigger on a manual entry. They can't trigger on any type of edit. So if I do have that situation where I enter a lead, then I make a quick update to it, an assignment rule is never, ever, ever going to work. The other option, again, is that workflow rule. You're kind of opening Pandora's box a little bit here because there's so many features and functionalities that can come out with this tool. I do think in a lot of cases, because of the improved control to be able to do create and edits, filtering on dates, just bringing in the entire suite of actions that you might want to have occur, right? Like I might want to assign the lead and then maybe 2 minutes later, send an email to the lead from the lead owner, right? Where those are just these little things where I can build out a more robust process all within workflows. So I would say if you want to keep it very simple, do go ahead and use the lead assignment rules. They're going to get the job done. They're really nice and easy to use. But if you're feeling a little bit more confident in the tool, or maybe you've played with workflows before, I would go ahead and do a lot of this build out on the workflows side, just because again, these are like your Swiss Army knife in terms of anything automation inside of Zoho. And lead assignment definitely falls into that automation category. So definitely do give it a try. Leave me a comment down below here as we're wrapping up. Have you used either of these two tools to do lead assignment? If you've used both, definitely let me know which one you prefer. I'm always interested to hear from you guys. While you're down there, make sure to like and subscribe on the video if you want to see more videos similar to this one. And as always, my name is Tyler Colt, and I will see you next time.